you willing to give me an interview today? Did your father fight in the war, or your grandfather? Because what we're feeling is that Kiwi policemen are betraying their grandfathers, and we're just wondering how you can do it, because a lot of the people want the police to stand with the people. Do you feel any guilt about doing this against your own people? Mate, can you turn and face me? I just want to talk to you about how you feel about what you're doing against the people. Do we have a cop number that I can identify you with? Are you wearing a cop identification? Okay. Interesting. No, I'm just asking the normal democratic rights. Can I identify him? Is he okay? Would his grandfather be okay with what he's doing, going against the people? Your grandfather fought in the war. Do you feel okay about our democracy going? My father fought for democracy. You should stand with the people.
As far as I know, let's just keep this for now.
Did you see how he just took off? Just so cowardly. Just so cowardly. Like he ran, like he's a man, and he's running. He's running.
Just over there.
Wow.
So if you kind of lean, I'll get a shot with you and then...
Shit, I never knew about this. Oh my God. Oh no. So they might be sitting down there.
Yeah, this is where they bring them to it. Sit them over there, process them, zip tie them up, and then put them into these.
I'll say that on the camera. Okay, so we're around the back of Parliament. I just tried to ask a policeman if he feels comfortable about betraying his grandfather or his great-grandfather, his tupuna. He was a Maori guy. And he just would not even face me. He wouldn't even stop for a korero. He wouldn't even, and it was really polite. I would never be rude, but I'm really curious. How do you feel, I said. How do you feel, mate, standing against the people? And do you know what he did? I'm a woman, I'm a mum. And he took off like a scared rabbit, this big burly policeman. So as he ran for the gate, literally, I said, could I see your number? Because they must always wear an identification number, so we, the people, can identify them if they hurt us. If they're not wearing that, that is absolutely what happened in the Springbok tour days when the police totally betrayed the people. So always ask any policeman who talks to you, what is your identification number, your badge number? And that's where the conversation begins. And stay calm, as I am, and be very firm and clear and say, do you think the people want you to stand with us or with a corrupt government? I'm around the back of Parliament here, and this is where people are being picked out one-on-one. Actually, I saw 4-on-1 for an elderly Maori guy who was on some steps, and 4 policemen just dragged him. He was doing nothing. He was just recording the scene. He was dragged from there. You can see the police all standing in their line, and they come along this corridor, down where that blue box is. They're processed, and then they're kept here in these paddy wagons. So already some of them are in there, and some have been taken away in other paddy wagons. But this is how they're looking to do it: one-on-one, one-on-one, or 4-on-1. Good New Zealanders, normal, non-violent, mum and dad Kiwis, who are saying what this government is doing is not okay. And these Parliament grounds are the grounds of the people. They don't belong to Ardern. She's temporary here. She's very temporary. They belong to us, the people. And part of democracy, whether you agree with it or not, is that people have a right to come to these grounds and protest. So when police are dragging people out who are calmly sitting on a step and filming something, and 4 of them land on him and drag him out here, process him and put him in a paddy wagon, that, my friends, is when tyranny has really come to our country. And if you don't see it now, your children and their children could live in a country that's very similar to mainland China. I am not joking. We've already got a soft version of China's social credit system in our traffic light system. We're the only country where that was rolled out. Does that make you wonder? If it doesn't, wonder about it now, and then wonder about peaceful Kiwis who are like me. I haven't seen any violence at all. I haven't seen any rudeness. They're standing arm in arm, And they are saying to the police, we come in peace, we come in love, stand with the people, do not betray us, do not betray us. I'm begging the New Zealand police, the young ones in particular, you will live with this guilt for the rest of your lives if you do this. Put your badges down, put your batons down, and say to your bosses, I will not go against my people. We are only 5 million, so we know who you are. Your kids go to our schools. Your kids are in our communities. You can't escape like they can in America into the multitudes. So think about what you're doing. Stand on the right side of history. This government and this parliament is corrupt, and they are not worth defending. What they're doing to the New Zealand people is not right. It's not right. Even on the health thing, it doesn't matter if you're jabbed or anti-jab. Surely you want a free New Zealand. Surely you want your grandchildren to grow up in joy and peace and able to express themselves, a healthy country, a country where they're not being forced jabbed, coerced out of jobs if they don't do exactly what the government wants. This, arresting Kiwis like this, the police going against the people, yet again, I saw this as a young student in the Springbok tour days. It took years for the people to trust our police again. It took years for me to trust our police. There was so much damage done. I know personally from a policeman who's rung me that Andrew Costa, who's the head of the New Zealand Police, thinks Jacinda is amazing. Anything she says, he'll do. He can do what he wants. She can do what she wants. All of these leaders who are corrupted can do what they want, but the people, we, the people, we can stand for freedom. We can stand for truth. We can stand for courage. We can stand for unity. Most of all, we can stand for each other. Look out for each other. Have each other's backs against tyrants and corrupt officials. And you, the police, you now have to go home to bed tonight and say, do I stand with the good side, the right side, the brave side, the honorable side, or do I stand with the sellouts, the tyrants, who are going to jab you as well? And I tell you, all of my interviews, people are telling me the booster is absolutely brutal on the human body. It is not a good shot. It's much tougher than the other ones. There are many more people going down with myocarditis, with thrombosis, with clots in their blood. So do not believe these politicians. They're just liars, like so many generations of politicians. We're going to need a new country, and this parliament, this needs to be taken back for the people, truly for the people, by people who truly care. So standing here and looking at all of those lines of cops, at paddy wagons here waiting to take good Kiwis away and be arrested, my heart just aches. It just aches. What kind of government would sanction this? Is this what you want? Is this really what you want for your grandchildren? Look at China. Look at what they do to their people, to stop free voices, to stop democracy, to stop protest. And ask yourself, how different is this? This is the beginning if we don't all stand together. Yeah, brilliant. Excuse me, guys. Can I just ask you a few questions? How does it feel to be arresting your fellow Kiwis on the grounds of the New Zealand People's Parliament? How does that feel to the police down there? Do you think it will eat into your consciences tonight? Do you feel bad about standing with tyrants against freedom? Do you think that's the role of the New Zealand police? Do you think the police should stand with the people? What do you think down there? Or are you all going to be cowards and look the other way as you are, sir, the one sitting down? Can you answer me? Does it feel wrong what you are doing? Because many normal Kiwis think you are in the wrong. And we feel it will haunt you when you are seen in the future to have stood for tyranny. It is wrong to arrest fellow Kiwis for expressing our free voices. This is meant to be a democracy. This is meant to be about freedom. This is wrong what the police are doing. It's wrong. It's corrupt what these politicians are doing, and it's wrong that you defend them. And again, the symbolism of these police looking the other way. They're not proud of what they're doing. I haven't seen one policeman who looks really proud and dignified about what they're doing. It's selling out their country. The stupidity of it, it's selling out their own families, their future, their children's future, their mokopuna, their grandchildren's future. If you're a sellout, you die with that staining your soul. It's a strange knowing that I have. I saw someone die who had not behaved well, and I remember the feeling, my God, it's like in these last minutes, he was tossing and turning. I thought, he's haunted. He's haunted by the bad life he's led, the bad decisions he's made. You police will be haunted by what you're doing today and over the next month here in Parliament, arresting good Kiwis, speaking up for democracy. So please, as many of you who have decency in your heart still and a conscience, say to your bosses, this job is not worth it. I give in my badge. I stand with the New Zealand people against tyranny. Those cowards.